everyone, welcome back to your soon-to-be favorite podcast. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Kelsey.
And this is
Here We Grow.
Get your boots on because it's about to get deep.
What's up, besties?
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are on episode number 13.
Dude, I've forgotten.
You forgotten what?
I forgot what episode.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
on.
I'm starting to forget too, but it's like every day, like every time it's time to record again, I'm like, dang, we're on another one? No, 13? Like, we're just pumping them out.
Another one.
We're going to
Another
have,
one.
oh, I forgot to grab the box. Okay. Today, we decided to play a game. It's called Let's Get Deep. It is not sponsored, but it's technically a couples game, but I think you can play it with your friends. I've played it multiple times with my friends, and only like 10% of the cards are actually like couples related things you can't ask your friends. So
you could, but it'd be kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, we got through a few of them though. Probably shouldn't ask your friends. Or you could if you're that close to them, I guess. But yeah, we're going to play that, and I have a little bit of small talk, and we'll just get into it. My small talk is really random, and I have a good quote of the week, too. So, my first thing is, the other day, I took my hair out of a ponytail, high ponytail, which I can't do much of right now because my hair's so short. What was that?
What was that? Like,
maybe the baby Bolin set his butt up against the door. Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
So I was taking my hair out of a high ponytail, and you know that feeling you get after you take your hair out?
Oh, God.
But it's like, it's painful, but it also feels good at the same time. It hurts so good.
Yeah, I understand, but
so I was thinking to myself, like, is there a name for this? Like, why does it feel that way when you take your hair out of a ponytail?
Yeah, you would think it's almost like your hair has feelings.
Yeah.
But it's just hair. Like, I can fold it. Like, why does it having...
So I looked it up.
Wait, it's not your actual hair that hurts though,
no,
right?
It's your scalp.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope everybody can relate. It hurts so good, right? Like when you take it out, you're like, oh, that kind of hurts. But you just want to run your fingers through it. And it only happens for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and
mine
then it goes
lasts
away.
a while. Like,
it does.
Well, just I guess if it's all day, it kind of lasts like a good 10 minutes.
Yeah. So this is what it says online when you look it up. I don't even remember what I googled. Like, why does your hair hurt when you take it out of a ponytail or something like that? When you wear your hair in a tight-fitting ponytail, the nerve endings become accustomed to being in that direction. The nerve endings of your scalp. And pressure is placed on the follicle. When you remove the ponytail, the nerve endings are suddenly stimulated, resulting very commonly in the feeling of sensitivity or pain.
So it is pain.
It is pain and like sensitivity. That would make sense because like if you touch it more, then it feels like you can really feel it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, damn, we got to talk about that on the pod because I know people can relate to that. It's like something you never think of. Like nobody ever talks about.
Yeah, no one talks about it.
Yeah, but like it's a normal thing.
So is there a name for it?
No, it's not. There's no normal name for it. It's just that your scalp is sensitive.
Scientists, you come up with names for random ass shit. You can't think of this one?
It's just that your scalp is sensitive when you take your hair out of a ponytail.
Oh.
Because you put it up and it's accustomed to being this way, and then you take it down after a long time and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It does, yeah.
So yeah, that was my first thing. And then the other thing is a recommendation. Have you ever had Kolache Factory?
Yes. Jose loves this place.
Oh my God. Okay. So I've known about it for a few months now because there was one by...
Months?
Yes. So there was one by my job. And so a coworker of mine told me about it, that she got it on the way to work. And she was telling me that I would like it. And I never got it by the old place, but my job just moved. So the new place, it's down the street.
Nice.
Like I can go on my way to work, like for breakfast.
Ooh.
And the other day on my way to work, I like got online like before I left the house and was going to like do an online order. But it was like last week. But it was saying that the pickup time was going to be 47 minutes. And it takes me like 45 minutes to get to work, but I was like already on the road. So I'm like, this is not going to work. And like the first scheduled pickup time was 9:15. I have to be at work at 9. So I was like, ah, fuck, I'm not going to get it today. I'm like, why is it 47 minutes? Because it's like donuts. Like they prep them all the day before or like the morning of. So they're all prepped already.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they prioritize walk-ins over pickups.
I think so too.
So I went to work that day and I was telling my coworker who told me about it, like, oh, I didn't get to get any today. The time was all off. And she was like, well, tomorrow morning, just go in and see, like, there's a bunch of people, like, don't go in expecting to get some, but like, if there's a bunch of people, just leave. And if just a few people, then go ahead and place your order and get some. And I was like, okay. So I did the next day. Oh my God, they're so good. I got 2 sausage and gravy and 1 cream cheese. And both of them fucking delicious. Also cheap as fuck. All 3 of those was $6.85, which is a cheap ass breakfast if you ask me. And it was very filling because it's bread.
Yeah.
And I was expecting the cream cheese one to be like filled with cream cheese and then like bite on it and have like a bunch of cream cheese in your mouth. And I was kind of like put off by that. But the cream cheese is actually baked on top like a Danish. And it's like kind of like curdly, like it was baked on. Oh my God, it's so good. And the cream cheese ones are cheaper. They're like $1.65. Doesn't that sound so good?
We get it every time we go to Chicago. And just whenever we're up there. But
yeah.
I think I need to see like what I really like because I've been like, it's good, don't get me wrong. But I feel like I haven't like picked the one that I truly like. The one that I always go to is like the pepperoni one. Have you had that one?
I've only had it once and it was the sausage gravy and cream cheese.
Have you had the croissant one?
No, but I want to try the croissant.
That one's really good.
I wish because they only make them in ham and cheese.
Okay, for those of you that don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's like
so kolache is like a yeast roll that's like stuffed with things. And technically I learned things.
Food.
Food. I learned that technically a kolache is fruit filled. And there's another word for the ones that are filled with like meat and cheese and stuff like that. But it's harder to pronounce, so the store just calls them all kolaches.
What language is it? I always wondered.
It's from the Czech Republic, I think.
Wow, but they have all Mexicans working there?
Oh, the one in Carmel's not Mexicans.
Oh, Carmel.
It's like white people, and the lady who helped me, she had an accent. Highly recommend, because they're so affordable too. I expected them to be expensive because it's like kind of this like nuanced thing, but they're so affordable, and like 3 of them was honestly too much for me. But I
get like 2 of them because they are really filling.
They are,
and
filling.
Like you're tempted to get like, oh, let me get one of those and one of those, and one of those,
like a candy shop.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
And I mean, you could always save them and eat them later. Like
you could,
but they'd be good like donuts, I think.
Yeah.
Because like when you get them, they ask you if you want them warmed, and they just pop them in the microwave. But they're like freshly made that day or like the night before.
Yeah.
Anyway, so freaking good. And so I went home that day and I told my husband about it. I was like,
we gotta go.
I'm like, when I get paid next week, I'm going to pick you up some on the way home from work because you're going to love these. And he's like, all right, shit. He's super excited about that. But yeah, so that was that. Highly recommend the Kolache Factory.
Don't you love when you find a good like restaurant?
Like, yes. Especially if it's affordable. Like I was saying, like,
true, yeah.
There's a lot of restaurants these days that are like, you're going to pay $15 to $20 for a meal. Even if you're not going to eat that whole meal and it's going to be like a second meal later, it's like, damn, like, do I want to spend $15 on lunch? You know what I mean? And if you don't, you got to go to a fast food restaurant and you still might end up spending $15 on lunch these days. I'm just replying to him real quick. Let me see what my other thing was.
Also, y'all, I apologize for the way I looked last week. I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, so that's all. I will do my best.
You were having a rough day that day. You'd been on like day 7 of a headache.
Yes, and I still have this headache, so apologies.
It's just stress.
Yeah.
So, okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the quote of the week and then into the questions is, are we for roundabouts or against roundabouts? How do you feel? And I know you don't live in an area where it's like you have to encounter it all the time. But now that you're closer to Avon, I'm sure you encounter it more often.
As opposed to what? Streetlights?
Yes.
I'm okay with streetlights.
Over roundabouts?
Yeah, because people don't know how to fucking do them.
So, okay.
Like, I know how to do them, but other people don't. And we've gotten to almost near accidents because people just don't like it's labeled. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It tells you exactly where to go.
It tells you which lane to be in what. Like so.
Okay, so
I don't know.
I personally love roundabouts, and you know my job just moved to Carmel, so I go through probably 10 roundabouts on the way to work. And I would much prefer being going through multiple roundabouts back to back than being sitting at a light. I cannot stand sitting at a light. And part of that,
just run it.
part of that is since I started working this job and where I moved, I can take back roads to work instead of taking the interstate. And I much prefer an extra 3 to 4 minutes on the back roads than having to be in the traffic of the interstate, the traffic of stoplights, because the back roads don't have stoplights either. It's all stop signs and roundabouts. And so I've gotten so accustomed to that I'm like, oh, I hate sitting at a stoplight. Well, I took a stoplight route today and it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get home. It took me 45 minutes to get to 86th and Lafayette Road from Carmel.
Is it that backed up?
Not usually, but for today, for some reason, it was. And I feel like if I would have took the back roads, I would have been home much sooner.
Wow.
Like 20 minutes sooner.
That is so frustrating.
I'm a big fan of roundabouts, and I understand people get frustrated when other people don't know how to use them, but usually it's in an area where it's really close to the city, or it's in an area where they just started putting in roundabouts, so people aren't used to it yet. But in Carmel, people know how to use the fucking roundabouts in Carmel, okay? Every once in a while, you'll get an idiot who's not usually in Carmel and they don't understand, but the amount of traffic that is in Carmel, I mean, you can imagine how much traffic is in Carmel, especially during rush hour. I didn't sit at a single roundabout for more than 20 seconds. Not more than 20 seconds. And I was just through them back to back to back to back to back.
I guess that's true. Like if I was in an area where I was encountering them more often, of course I would, probably like them better. But since I'm not.
I mean, like I was just thinking on my way home today, could I imagine all of these roundabouts actually being stoplights?
Golly.
It would be horrible. They're too close together. The streets are too close together. Like Pennsylvania, Meridian, Illinois, they're too close together to be able to have, and Meridian's like an interstate, so there's on ramps and off ramps, and anyway,
it reminds me of this one post I read a long time ago, like years ago. It was a girl. She was like, I don't understand why there's traffic. Just go. I was like, man, that's so true. Like,
I used
just
to say
go.
when I used to have to take my husband to work in Westfield, we used to, if you're from Indy, like there's a part of 465 North where it curves to 465 East, and it is backed up every fucking morning at rush hour, both rush hour periods. So like the 8 a.m. rush hour and the 9 a.m. rush hour. And I remember every day when I was taking him to work, before we would get to that curve, there was an accident on 465. Every single day. I'm like, I don't fucking get it. How hard is it to drive in your lane, stay in your lane, and don't do no stupid shit on your way to work? How hard is that?
People get irritated and impatient.
Just everybody needs to just get to work. That's all. That's all.
Not that we even want to go. Like, why do you want to be at work so bad?
We're all in the same picture here.
Gosh. I hate society's construct of time. I fucking hate it. Like, gosh, it really like boils my blood. Like, yes, because I'm always late, okay? Like, jeez.
Me too.
Why can't time just be a suggestion? Like, don't get me wrong, there's some things where you just have to be on time, like a ceremony or whatever, right? But like work.
So are you saying that you're complaining about people being on time, but you don't want people to be late to your wedding?
I don't care. That's more on them than it's on me. If they miss it, they miss it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I guess, like, when you've been in a country where, like, time is just not a thing, like, it's not, no one's in a rush to get anywhere. Like, no one's like, oh, yeah, come by in the afternoon. They don't tell you what time.
Yeah.
You just show up whenever you can.
I'll expect you in the next few hours or so.
Yeah. Like, Mexico, like, there was a time suggestion, like, well, you'll be here, like, around 6, I guess. But you can be here. We'll still be here at 9. So whatever.
That explains a whole lot.
Anyway.
So the quote of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Is actually a critical thinking exercise. Okay. Whenever you doubt yourself.
They said whenever you doubt yourself.
Let me start that over then.
Sorry.
Whenever you doubt yourself or you question your self-worth, think back to a time when you were a kid and someone made a sacrifice for you. They did that sacrifice. They made that sacrifice for you because they thought you were worth it. I know, right?
I
saw it on TikTok this week. It was not my own.
You know what's so funny? I was actually thinking about that today. Like, how did this come into my mind? I can't remember where it came from, but basically I thought to myself, like, today's day and age, and how it should be all the time, we always talk about, like, protect the children.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how we had a previous discussion, you were talking about
Mm-hmm.
a child. And I thought to myself, like, was I protected as a child? Was I actively protected as a child?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did my parents do that? Did my counselors at camp do that? Did my teachers do that? Like, did they specifically look at me and say, like, I'm going to protect this child. I'm going to make sure.
Well, and what was protection to them and what's protection to us now? Because it means something different to us now.
Yeah.
When our parents were parenting us, their version of protection was making sure you never had a broken bone, you never were physically hurt, you never were, like, molested, like things like that. You were never physically hurt. But they never thought, I need to make sure she's not emotionally damaged. It's never a thought, or else we wouldn't have so much emotional trauma in this generation.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say anything bad about previous parents, because we'll say this over and over again, they did the best they could with the information they had at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have more information to the fact that emotional damage does cause lifelong trauma. Emotional scars cause lifelong trauma. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't stick with you for the rest of your life. The body keeps the score.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Sucks.
Anyways, going back to the an adult or someone you care about thought you were worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's beautiful.
I think it is too. Because I think about my son and, like, yeah, we'll make sacrifices because he's worth it.
It reminds me of something my mom would say, like, whenever I would...
Wait. Sorry, one more thing before I forget it. If you don't think that someone in your life made a sacrifice for you when you were little, or you can't think of somebody in that situation, then imagine yourself as a child and the sacrifices that you would have made for that child. And know that you would have thought that child was worth it.
I was just going to say that it reminds me of when I was a teenager and I would have, like, self-loathing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when mom found out, like, how bad it was, she would cry and be like, how could you hate something that's half me? It's like you hate me. And I was like, damn, like, girl, you're right. And I don't hate her. Like, and so she was like, when you say you hate yourself, you're hating part of who I am. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, you're right.
What's that movie? I don't remember what movie this is, but it always stuck with me. It was like her mom, or maybe, no, it wasn't a movie. It was Grey's Anatomy. Her mom told her that she made her from scratch.
Oh,
which I think is the cutest thing ever. And so true. Like, I made Cash from scratch. Literally. Grew him in my uterus.
You did.
From scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was growing...
Left no crumbs.
No crumbs. I was growing fingernails and eyeballs and all kinds of shit in there.
That's weird. I mean, not weird, but, like...
I know, it's
weird to think about.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to conceptualize.
Happens. Yeah,
when you can't see it happening. Yeah.
Wow.
Bro. All right, you ready to get into it?
Yep. Let's get into it.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun,
so there are 3 categories in the game. The first category is Icebreaker. The second category is Deep. And the third category is Deeper. So we'll obviously go in order. We each have pre-picked cards. And
pre-selected.
We'll just read them and talk about them. So you want to go first?
Okay. If you could pick one chore to never have to do again, what would it be?
Dishes.
Seriously? Why don't you use the dishwasher?
Yep. I still hate it.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you got to unload them and load them back again.
I think some of it's a sensory issue for me. I don't like being wet other than like swimming.
That's it? Oh, okay.
Hey, we said we weren't going to talk about the other things on this podcast.
We're family friendly.
For now. I mean, I do have it marked explicit when we upload, but yeah, I think it's a sensory issue for me. I would rather not. If I had to come up with a different one, I'd say laundry, but dishes for sure. Like, I'd rather clean the whole bathroom from top to bottom than do the dishes.
I hate cleaning the bathroom. It's so gross.
I could do the bathroom. I cannot do dishes.
Girl trade then.
All right, you come do my dishes. I'll clean your bathroom.
Hell yeah.
And you can just load them up in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's easy. I'll do that. That's fine.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't answer yours. Is it the
bathroom?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Describe your perfect dinner meal.
My mind immediately went to spaghetti. I don't know.
I had spaghetti yesterday for dinner and
nice.
for lunch today.
I haven't had it in a minute. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just like comfort food, like just something simple, quick, easy, fulfilling.
So I am also a fan of comfort food, but my favorite dinner, anytime we have it's my favorite, is steak. And we've gotten really good at making steaks at home where it's like having it at the restaurant. And we'll have a loaded baked potato with it. So like all the fixings, butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon bits. And then O'Charlie's, they used to serve a rice pilaf. And I loved their rice pilaf. So I have rice pilaf with it too. Even though it's 2 starches. It's just a kind of rice.
Oh, okay.
It's like a base flavored rice, like plain rice kind of. It doesn't really have a flavor, but it tastes good though.
Jose's gonna listen to this and be like, I'm a chef and you pick spaghetti. Yeah. I'm a simple gal.
Yeah, so that's my favorite.
Nice. I love that for you.
I love lots of food, but if I had to pick one, it'd be steak. Love me a steak. I could just eat steak nonstop.
My mouth gets tired
when your steak's not cooked right.
Maybe not. I just mean in general. Like, I don't like food that I have to constantly like.
Well, and with a steak, you have to keep cutting it.
Yeah, it's just too much work for me.
It is a lot of work. I know that when I'm eating wings, like sauced wings, at some point I'm like, okay, I'm tired of eating this. It's taking too long.
Yes, yeah. Like that's how
I used to not eat wings because I would prefer like a chicken tender, like the chicken to be there already, not for me to have to go looking for it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I don't know. That was really funny.
I want the chicken to show up to the dinner already there.
I literally just pictured a chicken on the table. I'm like, nice. That's what I wanted.
Yep. Your turn.
What TV show would you want to be featured? Wait. What TV show would you want to be a featured guest on or participate in?
Oh, that's a good one.
What TV show?
Do you have an answer already?
I would want to be in How I Met Your Father because I love watching How I Met Your Mother. Yeah. Because they always have like every episode they'll bring in like a random famous actor or whatever actress and then have like a storyline with them. I don't want to be a recurring one though. Anyway.
Not a recurring?
No, I would want to be a recurring one. Like I'd be so good like, I'm gonna have her again.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like I love Hilary Duff and Josh Peck.
So gorgeous. Like that's how I know I'm not a lesbian. Like, I don't want to be in her. I just want to be her. I just want to be her.
Oh my God.
What?
That's going to be a TikTok.
Have I not said that to you? That's how I know I'm not a lesbian. I don't want to be in her. I just want to be her.
That's going to be a TikTok for real.
There's only one group. Never mind.
Oh.
Never mind.
Okay. Oh, we can move on. Oh, I didn't say mine.
And then we should pause.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think something funny like Modern Family or
are they still making episodes?
No.
I hopped off of it.
You didn't finish it?
No, I was watching other stuff and I never went back to it, but
I think it's something funny like Modern Family that would be like fun every time, like every day I'd look forward to going and, you know, stuff like that.
I think I'd break my character if I was in Modern Family.
Well, they do though. Like, have you ever seen?
Wake up!
Have you ever seen have you ever watched like blooper reels of like people losing character? Like they leave it in the show, but they're losing character in the background.
Sometimes
there's good ones of Friends. of like Chandler losing character, and they just leave it
God.
in because it's like in the background.
Oh, really?
It's really funny. Just look it up on YouTube.
Oh, I will.
I will.
I'll take you up on that.
All right.
I will. I'll do that right now.
All right. We're going to take a break so we can do that. Okay. What's your favorite thing to do with your friends? I have an answer. I can go first.
Okay.
Literally sitting around the table, catching up on each other's lives. That's my favorite thing. And eating at the same time. Like, nothing is better than that for me. Is like sitting around the table at somebody's house, even if it's like somebody's mom's house, eating food and just talking to each other. And like, when we say, like, when we tell other people, oh, we're having a girls' night tonight, they think like we're going out to the club. It's like, no, we have to like put together a PowerPoint presentation to make sure we go over everything because we need to catch up on each other's lives. And I think that's the way it should be. Like, we should be having deep conversations and not like distracting ourselves with stuff that doesn't matter when we only get to see each other every few months. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Is that your answer too? Is that what you're saying?
Well, my immediate response was nothing, but it's not nothing. It's
sitting
what
around
you
doing
just,
nothing.
Yeah, what you just mentioned, which is still like, it's not.
It's something, but it's
not. It's like, yeah, like catching up on each other's lives, like talking about what's new.
It's not strictly planned.
Yeah, like nothing's really on the agenda. Like we just kind of get together. Yeah. They do go on forever though.
They do. Like hours.
Like it's almost like to be continued for next time.
Yeah, like we have to go on for hours. There's no way.
Not enough time.
Well, and there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
It just takes a long time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 5 of us on the podcast right now, how long that episode would be?
Jesus Christ.
Your turn.
Do you believe in magic? I'm just kidding. Do you believe in aliens?
Oh. Like magic? Yes, I believe in aliens. And I'm terrified.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I used to say that alien, like, horror movies are the worst kind of horror movie for me. Like, I can handle demonic movies. I can handle serial killer movies. But alien movies, like the unknownness of aliens freaks me out. Really freaks me out. You?
Hell yeah, I believe in aliens. But I don't think it's anything we think it is.
Yeah.
No, but like I genuinely mean that. Like,
no, I do too.
I don't think we're anywhere close to. And you know what? I was listening to a podcast called the Mile Higher Podcast with Kendall Ray, and they brought on Graham Hancock. He is a journalist, and he has this Netflix special where he talks about how he has a theory. I know it's like a little far off, but he has this theory that like actual civilizations, like proper civilizations, were actually existing in the Ice Age. Like not your typical hunter and gatherer, but like actual
like today's civilizations.
No. Like still ancient civilizations, obviously, but not your simple hunter and gatherer, like people that built structures and had a system and believed in gods, like kind of how we see later on after the Ice Age. But he believes that we were coexisting with them. Anyway, so they're talking about this theory, and one of the questions that was asked of him was like, do you believe that aliens helped? Oh no. Aliens are going to get me.
They said, shut up, bitch. Stop talking about us. I can't wait to listen back to that.
It reminds me when I was like, shut up. Like, shut up.
it was like this. Shout out. Like all under your breath.
Why does this shit always happen to me?
Shout out.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Take a sip if you have to.
I don't think I can talk anymore.
You can. Take a sip of your drink.
My voice does that a lot. It goes in and out.
I didn't mean to do it funnier.
Why would you say that when I'm taking a drink?
I'm sorry.
You put my life at risk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost killed Angelica.
Okay. The question was,
I forgot what we were talking about.
Do you believe the anyways, do you believe the aliens helped humans? Kelsey.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you believe aliens helped humans build the pyramids?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Have you heard of that theory?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know where I was going with that, but basically, no, I don't believe that.
You think we're drunk or something, and we're not.
Anyway, like I said, I don't think it's anything that we think it is. Like, yeah. I think it's gonna blow.
We're nowhere near close to knowing.
It's gonna blow our minds once we actually,
if we ever do.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm talking about things I shouldn't be.
Apparently,
someone wants me to be quiet.
You're about to be struck down by aliens. All right.
Hey, what's that? Do you see that?
We're talking about aliens, and you go, "Hey, what's that?
What is that?"
Yeah, I see it. Anyway, back to the.
Okay.
If you had to cancel one major holiday, which one would you eliminate?
One major holiday?
Oof. 4th of July.
Is that your final answer?
It's my final answer.
Honestly,
it's the only one I don't care for. Or Easter. I don't really care for Easter either. I'm also not religious, so that's why I'm not really attached to Easter.
I don't know. I feel like my job gives us the days off on all the major holidays. So, like, if I cancel one, that's another day off I don't get.
Yeah, but if it wasn't about your job, which is your least favorite holiday, basically.
Yeah, I guess Easter, we don't really do anything. I feel like 4th of July.
Easter's become very, like, capitalist.
Yeah.
It's very much like consumerism, like buying eggs, buying Easter bunnies, and
decorating with pastels.
Yeah, everything, Easter candy, everything's themed Easter.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas is too, but Easter's become about something that's never was about to begin with, so I don't know.
Amen, sister.
That's why I don't really care for it.
All right, and now we get deep.
Deep.
Get your boots on, because it's about to get deep. I don't even try to be funny. Guys,
I'm going to take the clip of her saying that and put it at the beginning, like right before we start talking. Oh, yeah. Get your boots on, because it's about to get deep. There's just like a little clip in the front.
Did you guys see that my last Facebook status got over 30 shares? Yeah.
She's famous now.
Okay.
She knew she'd be a good actor.
Damn it, I missed my calling. I still could be, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe when I don't hate myself. What's your... Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to spend your birthday?
I would say like a get together with friends, like not like a full party, but like cookout or like something with all my friends, not just my girlfriends, but everybody. That would probably be my favorite way. Because I just like getting all my people together and feeding them. So that's like my love language for my friends is feeding them. So even on my own birthday, get them together, feed them. They could just tell me happy birthday. Bring me a cake.
Bring me a cake.
You?
I have the day off on my birthday, and Jose typically gets it off too. So we'll start off by getting breakfast somewhere that I like, maybe like Metro Diner or Yolk. That's what we did last year. And then we'll go on a little shopping spree. Nothing major. Like I don't buy. If you know me, you know I don't like to spend.
Yeah. Like get an outfit, a pair of shoes, or something like that.
Yeah, like something nice to make me feel good. This past birthday, I went to a bookstore and bought some books. That made me happy. And then usually we'll go to like a nice dinner.
Yeah.
I think I've realized that like my actual birthday, I just like it when it's like him and I.
Me and Travis are trying to start a tradition where for our birthdays, me, Cash, and Travis, we will go to Waffle House in the morning. Like for each of our birthdays, go to Waffle House in the morning. because Cash is really great at Waffle House because you get your food really fast. We don't have to sit there for too long before he gets antsy. And we did that for his birthday, his first birthday, and did it for my birthday. So I want to continue that.
Travis's birthday's coming up.
It actually just passed, and we didn't end up going, but we're gonna try to continue it next year. But
wait, like literally just passed. I think
it was Sunday. Mm-hmm.
How old is he? 35?
30.
Damn.
35.
I'm just
He's
kidding.
only 10 months older than me.
Oh.
So not even a full year. Because my birthday's in May and his is in July. So we're the same age for 2 months. And then he changes to the next. And then he changes to the next age. Transforms to the next age of 30. But yeah, he's 30.
Wow.
Yep.
You're about to be not about to be, but you're gonna be.
I'm not worried about it. People are always like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be 30," but I've heard that your 30s are your best years because you're not in your stupid 20s anymore. And like for people who had kids in their 20s, they're like just getting their independence back in their 30s, and so it's like people say their 30s, and you're not 40 yet, so it's like your 30s are like your prime time to be like the best adult, the best, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not worried about it. Well, you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you worried about it?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I know I shouldn't, but I still have like by this age, I need to do this and be accomplished in this and have this done. And I mean, the more I get older, I'm like, whatever. But
I know you don't feel this way, but you've accomplished a lot already.
Thanks.
You have. I think after this episode, you should write it down.
Nah. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
Nah.
No thanks.
You know, she
didn't want my prescription, y'all.
I started writing my vowels. Vowels?
Your vowels?
I started writing my vowels.
Yeah.
And
do you have to read them in Spanish?
I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I'll write a specific part for Spanish, but like I don't think
feels more genuine to you in English.
Yeah, it's just how I express myself.
Well, you don't talk to Jose in Spanish.
No. Yeah. And there's this I only wrote one part, but like the part talks about like being on an adventure. And I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna list out some of our adventures, and like it's actually this and then oh yeah, we also did this and went on this, and I'm like, I did have a
sometimes it just takes putting the effort into thinking about it and like put like inventorying.
Like I was going through my pictures, and
that's
I was
what like a gratitude journal
minute.
is. Like there's like research that shows that having a gratitude journal actually helps with your mental health because it helps you keep in like the present of what I've accomplished, what I've done, what I'm grateful for, rather than the past or the future. Actually, there's a diagram that I saw recently that was like, 3 bubbles, past, present, future. And a lot of people focus on, they put the past and the future bubble really big, and then the present bubble is really small. But if you change that and you focus really big on the present bubble and the past and the future are really small, then you're able to stay more in the moment and appreciate more and just have a generally better mental health if you're more focused on the present rather than the past and the future. I always thought that was interesting. I have it actually saved on our weekly quotes thing.
Yeah, I need to be better at that.
Gratitude journal. Are you religious or spiritual?
Spiritual.
Well, I think it just meant, are you religious or are you spiritual? Like, not, you don't have to pick one.
One or the other. Wait, what?
Are you religious or spiritual? Yes or no?
Oh, yes.
And then you can elaborate.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, again, with this Graham Hancock episode that I'm talking about, the podcast, he said, we're not human beings having a spiritual experience.
Oh, yes,
We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Have you ever watched The 100?
Yes.
All the way?
No.
Okay.
I've only watched the first 3-4 seasons.
I can't with you. Okay.
You didn't finish Modern Family.
But I'm on it. Like, I'm still going to watch it.
There's multiple shows I've told you to watch and you haven't watched yet.
Okay, but this is The 100. Like, this is like on your seat of the edge. On the edge of your seat. Y'all, if you take anything from this podcast, Well, no. Okay, if you take anything from me specifically
in this specific episode, in this 30-minute interval,
yes, please watch the 100. Trust me, the graphics are terrible in the first season. I get it; they're on a budget, okay? But it gets so good, and it almost answers the question of the meaning of life. I know you haven't finished it, but let me tell you how it ends. Right?
Okay.
Basically, have you heard of like this theory of like you live multiple lives, and in every life you're supposed to learn something, and if you don't, you'll have to bring it to your next life, and then on and on and on and on until you become a higher being. You enter enlightenment. So, and basically at the end of the show, have you heard of like this theory of like you live multiple lives, and in every life you're supposed to learn something, and if you don't, you'll have to bring it to your next life, and then on and on and on and on until you become a higher being. You enter enlightenment. So, and basically at the end of the show, they're trying to reach enlightenment. At this phase of human life, you become one with the universe because we are matter, and matter is not created nor destroyed. Meaning once we die, like once our physical body dies, we will just be.
We both said be at the same time.
Yeah, we will just be. Like, I know that almost doesn't make sense with like the life over and over again, but like you're whether you believe in souls or like particles, like whatever, we're just.
I agree, and I think that would explain how people are able to communicate with the dead.
Oh.
Like if you go to a medium, like an actual legitimate medium, and you're able to communicate with the dead. If you're somebody who doesn't believe in like heaven and hell, then how would you explain that? Well, that you just become one with the universe and you're able to speak to people you wouldn't normally be able to speak to. And the people who are mediums are more one with the universe than other people walking around on Earth.
Yep. And who's to say you can't, you don't? Like, no one can say that.
No one knows.
We are just.
That's kind of my answer to the question, is that I don't think anybody knows the right answer, and I don't think that we're supposed to know the right answer or even act like we know the right answer. And so I really reject organized religion because of that, because it's very much like, well, this is the right answer, and this is what we have to do, and this is how we're supposed to act, and this is how we're supposed to follow.
And if you don't believe what I believe, then I'm going to kill you. Yeah. I'm going to force you.
Or you're forsaken. And I think that the general idea is that you just be the best human you can be while you're here, and you help the people that you have the opportunity to help. And if you do that, then you'll find salvation, whatever that means. Whatever that means at the end of life. I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea of heaven and hell. I think it's a scare tactic to keep people in line. But we can get into that in a faith episode one day.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like some days I'm more confused than others. Like, I'll be so strong on one ideal, and then I'll hear about something else, and I'm like, And that's what's so fun about it. Yeah, like
that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have an open mind about the way that the afterlife works or the way that the world works. And if you continue to live in that open mind and just have the idea of being a good person in general, everything will work out for you. If you just believe that, then that's all you need.
Yeah, because like I feel like there are some people who will literally drive themselves insane if they don't know the meaning of life. And it's like, bro, we're not supposed to know.
We're not supposed to know, no.
That's the beauty of it. We're not supposed to know. Like, just live blissfully. And like you said, just be a good human, be a good person to one another, like be kind, do the best that you can.
And when I say like be a good human, it means be a good human to other humans. Not to yourself, not to only your family members, to every other human. And see other people as other humans.
We are spiritual beings having a human experience.
You heard it here first, folks.
Bam. Ooh.
Card drop.
Okay.
Your turn.
What's your opinion on psychedelics?
Ooh.
Yep, I chose it.
We've already started getting deep, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
I'm excited to know the answer.
I think so, like in terms of mushrooms, as a psychedelic. Does it seem like I'm dancing around the answer?
Yeah.
So I've heard recently that a lot of people can benefit from microdosing, which I think that there's a lot of medical backing in it and that it can be very helpful for people, that it should be done under like professional supervision. But I also think that people need to be really careful with taking psychedelics because it can hurt you. And not just in a physical way.
Yeah. I think similarly. Like, I think you have to be in the correct state of mind, first of all, to do them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not for everyone. Ultimately, do what's best for you, but I mean, it's going to change you one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just do what is best for you, and you'll make that decision. And if you are going to try them, just make sure you're in the most healthy possible mindset.
In the safest environment.
In the safest environment, yes.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Name one unsolicited act of kindness you recently provided.
I don't know. Hang on, let me think.
I can say mine first.
Okay.
So actually I got like good instant karma this weekend. And actually there was two things. So I was leaving the gas station by my house to go to the grocery store, and I found somebody's wallet in the gas station parking lot. And so I picked it up and like looked at it, and there was nobody around that matched like the ID or whatever. So I took it into the gas station and gave it to them. And it was like a big, like it didn't have any cash in it, but it was like a fat wallet full of stuff, like lots of personal belongings that like somebody really would have been missing, like Medicaid card, food stamp card, ID, debit cards, like a lot of shit in that wallet. And I also like took note of the name because it was the gas station by my house, and we have a neighborhood Facebook group, and I wanted to see if they were in the neighborhood Facebook group. I was going to contact them, but I just took it to the gas station. And then I went to Kroger, and when I was checking out, I left my phone at the register, and I went like self-checkout register. And I went to the car, which actually was on the other side. So, there's two entrances. I went into the entrance by Papa John's and came out of the entrance by produce. And so I was parked over by Papa John's, but came and like checked out by produce. So I was on the opposite end. And I got all the way to the car. And then like a few minutes as I'm loading up, I turn around, and one of the guys that corral the carts, he's like, "Hey, is this your phone?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yes, thank you." Like I was so grateful. And I still don't know to this day how he knew to give it to me. Like maybe the lady at the self-checkout, because I did have words with her, like maybe she noticed right away and then gave it to the cart guy and was like, "Go find this lady in the parking lot." But like, how would she have described me? Like how would she have been able to point me out amongst many other people that were there that day? Like it was a very busy day, like lady with dark brown hair, and I had a shirt on that's like kind of hard to describe. It's like a bluish gray shirt that was like a bleach spotted shirt. So like, I don't know how she would have explained that. But I was like, damn, that was instant karma for me returning that wallet. And like a month or two prior, I had returned a cell phone that I found in the parking lot at the Kroger to the Kroger the customer service desk. So those two instances of which I turned in someone's stuff and then I got my stuff returned back to me.
I guess I'm just a shitty person. I can't think of any nice thing I've done.
You can't?
I don't know. I can't.
Maybe you just haven't had the opportunity recently then.
Yeah. What was the question again?
A random act of kindness. Act of kindness.
I mean, I don't know. The most recent one I can think of is when I gave free therapy to that Best Buy kid.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
No, that was good though. Like you didn't have to say things to him that were helpful.
Yeah, and usually like I normally wouldn't carry a conversation on with a stranger.
Right.
But because we were there for a while doing something important, like he just started opening up, and so people like to talk about themselves. I think that's something we all kind of know. And so I just kind of made it about him and just listened to him, like genuinely listened to him, like asked him questions about his interests. And like he was getting excited the more I asked him questions. And so I was like, well, I'm going to be here for a while, so I might as well.
Yeah. I would agree that's, random act of kindness.
Yeah. And like it.
Because I know the contents of the conversation.
It basically got him thinking that he has some issues with his dad that he needs resolved. And
which were true. It wasn't just like
like I didn't like I just got him thinking about stuff. Yeah. So That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna try to do better though.
Well, I mean, the opportunity has to present itself.
I know, but I don't know. You just never know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you want to take a break, or do you want to do another one?
What's your next one? Is it gonna be a while?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. What's a non-negotiable for you in a relationship?
Ooh.
If you were married, okay. If you were not married, right? Is that how we're thinking about it? Okay.
Cigarettes.
Mm.
I cannot stand the smell of cigarettes.
That's a good one.
I've been traumatized from my childhood from my mom smoking cigarettes. I cannot.
Excuse me. I ate Taco Bell.
I can handle other kinds of smoke like cigar smoke, marijuana smoke, but cigarette smoke, I can't.
Damn, I think I'd have to agree. That is not negotiable.
And I'm very passionate about people not smoking around Cash, not only for his own health and secondhand smoke, but because he can't consent to like people smoking in front of him. Like, he's not asking for that. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, him as a child, he doesn't deserve for smoke to be blown in his face.
Right.
If he's not consenting to it. Like, I don't know. This is how I think of it. I'm very passionate about that. Was cigarettes your answer too?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I'm trying to think of other things that like I maybe at one point thought were non-negotiable.
Well,
but
there's
at the end
some
of the
things
day,
that are kind of obvious. Like, you can't be like blatantly rude to people.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like,
can't have a job or can't
have a job. No jobs for you. I'm the breadwinner in this relationship.
Can't be unemployed. Can't be carless. But like that's like
generic stuff.
Yeah, like. But yeah, I think like those bad habits, like smoking, I think so.
Or like
gambling,
being rude to customer service people.
Yeah,
that's pretty big for me too.
Or just being a shitty human. Like,
I think people who are rude to customer service people are just generally shitty humans.
It's small dick energy.
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
We're about to get deeper. That's
that part.
Whose
turn is it? I think I did the last one. Random act of kindness. Was that the last one?
No, I said non-negotiable.
Oh, okay, yeah. What does being happy mean to you?
Oh, here we go. What does being happy mean to me? Mm-hmm. Happy means to me. Happiness is being surrounded by loved ones, having good health. Your loved ones have good health. Being able to see my grandparents, being able to see my parents, spending quality time with friends and family, my dog. My dog. Not working, but getting paid.
Yeah.
Vacations. Yeah, I guess just anything that brings me joy.
So like for you, it's all about time.
Yeah,
like
I think
time
so.
spent.
Yeah, like while I'm at work, I'm like, damn, I could be like using this time to do like wedding stuff. But no, I gotta be here so I can pay for the wedding.
Somebody's clock. So for me, I would say like being comfortable, being like comfortable with being comfortable with your partner, being comfortable with your family, being financially comfortable, being comfortable within your body and your health, and like you said, like time spent making memories. Yeah, I would say that's what happiness means.
What is something that you've always wanted to do but never had the guts to do?
Do you have an answer already?
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead because I gotta think about it.
Dye and cut my hair.
You said dye first. I want to die.
I want to die
and cut my hair.
Cut my hair first, though.
Yeah, we should do that soon. Well, after the wedding.
After the wedding.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I keep going back.
You want to do it yourself, or you're gonna go to a salon?
I'm gonna do it myself.
Okay, good. It's more fun when you do it yourself, because there's like, okay, let's do this, and then there's panic, and then there's like, oh, it kind of looks good.
I don't want panic.
And then you're like, I kind of like it, and then you really grow into it and you love it. That's how it goes. So maybe if you don't want to panic, you should go to a salon.
Maybe I'll go to a salon then. Yeah. But yeah, I've always wanted like not just cut my hair a little bit. I've always wanted like even shorter than yours, like shoulder length.
Yeah.
Hair, like just like a bob almost. Like I've always wanted it, like always, but I can't. Like I can't bring myself to it.
What's the shortest you've ever had your hair?
Oh, like to my head when I was a kid.
Oh, I mean like as you can remember.
I remember that.
No.
I used to have it like right here.
I used to have it that short.
When I was like in first grade.
Like a coconut head.
Yeah, very coconut head. But not like that. I don't want it like that.
Yes, yeah. Coconut head, yes.
No, and then I've just always grown it. Like I've never cut it.
I don't know what mine is. I've always wanted to be a podcast host.
No, something you never had the guts to do. You've always wanted to be a podcast host? Like what's always? Define
ever since I started listening to podcasts, which is a few years now.
Well, girl, you're living the dream.
I am.
This is it.
I don't know.
Really? Do you just have the guts to do whatever you want?
I have the guts to do the things I want to do, but like jumping out of a plane, like that's not generally something I want to do, not because I'm scared, but because I just don't want to.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't have the urge to do it.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
must be nice to be brave.
I know, but like the things that I do or the things that I want to do aren't scary things. You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't have to be scary. It just has to.
Well, yeah. If you don't have the guts, then it's scary.
Well, okay. So, what is something you've always wanted to do, but you don't have the guts to do it? Really?
I can't think of anything.
Wow.
Maybe if you had some examples for me, but like I've dyed my hair crazy colors. I've cut my hair crazy lengths.
Like a piercing, get a tattoo. Like a really big tattoo, but like you're like, no, I shouldn't.
My first tattoo is huge.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. A piercing maybe.
Or like yell at someone like your boss.
I was
gonna say go off on somebody and not have any consequences.
I would like to stand up for myself more when it comes to situations that make me uncomfortable. So yeah, I guess that could be it.
Something you've always wanted to do, but you never had the guts to, like cut a family member off.
Yeah, that part. Or like you said the piercing thing. Like I like to have more ear piercings, but I don't want to go through the healing process. So it's kind of like, not worth it.
Felt.
All right. What 3 words would you use to describe me?
You. Creative. What?
No, you made a face at me.
Creative, empathetic, and let me think of a good one. Creative, empathetic. Oh.
I don't know what my words are for you. Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with them on the fly like you are.
Creative, empathetic. Well, good listener. Like, that's kind of like empathetic. Yeah. Creative, empathetic. Leader.
Oh. Okay. I can accept that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For you, I would say also creative. I don't think you give yourself enough credit for how creative you are.
I feel like I just used to be more. I used to be more creative.
And I think you just don't have time to be creative now.
I know.
You need to make time for it.
Maybe that's why I'm like bursting at the seams.
Well, I mean, you did your invitations and those were beautiful.
Aren't they so cute?
They're very cute. I was very pleasantly, not surprised, but
I actually didn't send. I almost didn't send them out. I almost did another design because I like sat with it for like 2 nights and I was like, I don't know, it's not enough.
But well, creativeness is sometimes indecisiveness. Like sometimes I'm the same way where I'm like, which one? I can't tell which one's the good one.
Like,
you know?
Oh my god! Like, what if they don't like it?
Yeah, so I would say you're creative as well.
Thanks.
You're also very empathetic. Not to use all the ones you used on me, but there's a reason we're friends.
I think if anything, I'm overly empathetic. I think I'm a what's that word? Hypersensitive person. HSP. I've told you this about it. Like, told you this about it. There I go again. I just feel things differently. Like I just feel things so much deeper.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always said you're very like
You've always said this. Okay. Can your third one be dramatic?
Dramatic. Okay, yeah, but you are dramatic, but in a
theatrical.
Theatrical, yes. You're very theatrical, but like sometimes in a good way. Like,
yeah, I think so too.
You're an exciting person because of it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I'm a good storyteller.
I'm like anti-theatrical. Like, I'm very like chill and my voice is monotone. And I didn't really notice how much I was that way until we started doing the podcast.
Oh.
And if you listen to us, Angelica's very like, wah! You know, like loud and like theatrical. And I'm just like talking like this in one monotone. And if I'm looking at our sound waves and Angelica's are like this, and mine's just like.
I used to want to be a calm person. I used to want to be just like you.
I think I get it from my mom because my mom's very like chill and monotone and like.
There's no one chill or monotone in my family.
That's true.
No
you
one.
Don't have anybody to learn it from.
Literally no
Literally,
one.
like my aunt when we're talking on the phone, and I'll just be like talking to her like this. She's like, "What's wrong? Sounds like something's wrong." I'm like, "Will you stop asking me that? I'm fine." Just because I'm not like, "Hi, how are you?" Like
that would
not
be
my
so
personality,
weird.
right?
Yeah.
That's not my personality.
No, that's not who you are. You are very chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just realizing this about myself.
Yes.
That's why my aunt is always asking me what's wrong with me because I'm just chill. I have a monotone voice and I don't get loud or crazy.
I feel like you do, but it's not like it's not that it's rare, but when it does happen, it's genuine.
Like when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
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 Like when I'm telling you a story or something like that. But like if we're having a conversation.
No.
Oh, okay. It made a noise like it shut down.
I think the noise is up there.
It made like a electronic noise like it shut down. That's why I got scared. I
heard it over there, but
anyway.
Okay, moving on.
I think we finished that question.
In what way are we the most different?
Oh,
can't say race.
This is kind of funny because I asked this one and then
that's why I was like, I want questions that are about us.
Yeah.
So in what way are we the most different?
I don't know. We have a lot of things in common, so
we do.
Okay. This is not the most different, but this is the first thing that came to mind. Is that our music taste? We have a lot of things that cross over, but like you like a lot of pop music.
I feel like we have much more that don't cross over.
Yeah. Like we have a few artists that we both can like connect on. But like I prefer mainstream hip hop and R&B and you prefer like more pop music. And so I think that's one of our biggest differences.
I think that's true because you'll be like, have you heard this song? And I'm like, no.
And it'd be like an old song too. Like when I was asking you about Ice Cream Paint Job, you're like, no.
Never heard of it.
I'm like, this is like a staple in our childhood.
No.
Nope, not in your childhood.
If it wasn't played in Skateland,
it probably was played at Skateland.
Well, maybe I didn't pay attention.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's definitely like a hype song back then.
In what way are we the most different?
I need to adjust too. Oh.
I think you're more bigger picture. Like your mind goes to that immediately, whereas like mine's like, but the details instead of seeing like the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Like it takes me a while to see what you're seeing, but like I'll get there.
Yeah.
Like
that makes sense.
Even when we're talking about certain situations, like my mind will go here, and you're like, and I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah.
But like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
And
that like I just started doing that in the last few years. Like I wasn't always that way. And I think when I got pregnant, my life changed a lot. And when I started listening to Ladies and Tangents, my way of thinking changed a lot because it's like, there's more to the story. There's always more to the story. And not that it invalidates what you're currently going through, but it helps you understand and feel more at peace with it. Even if like someone did you wrong, understanding that person helps you be more at peace with the situation, not necessarily like forgive them or invalidate yourself. But like, I've just learned that that's a better way to be. And I realized that it's hard for me to be that way with people that I'm close with. So it's harder for me to look at the bigger picture with, say, Travis or one of my own family members. It's harder for me to give them grace because I'm closer to them and I can't see the bigger picture as easily. I have to be a little bit removed for that to be like for that to work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a good answer. I didn't think of that. But there's value in both.
I'd be like, fuck that bitch, and you'd be like, okay, but like, how did the bitch grow up though?
Yeah.
Did she grow up in a loving home with 2 parents? Like, damn, you're right, huh?
If that does not describe every conversation we've ever had, I don't know what does. Fuck that bitch. Okay, but how's her mom?
Yeah, how's her mom?
Is her mom a narcissist? Like, don't forgive her, but give her grace.
Like, oh, fine.
But it helps, like, to understand the person more, even if you're not planning on forgiving them or being in contact with them anymore. It helps you be more at peace with the situation.
It really does.
Yeah. I just find value in understanding people, period. Like, I struggle to figure you guys out sometimes, like my friends. And I know that you guys aren't like thinking about that when you're talking to me, but I want to know how you tick. And that's just kind of a personality trait of mine, is that I just want to know how people tick, especially the people I love. And so that I know how to help them more and how to talk through things with them. Anyway.
It's helpful.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. You're trying to grab a piece of hair?
Yeah, there was a piece of hair in my bra. What are the things we have most in common? Wow, I forgot I pulled that card.
What are the things we have most in common?
Yeah, yours was or that we were most different.
Most different. Most in common.
Mm-hmm. I think we named all those things already by saying the other thing.
I mean, we grew up together, so we kind of molded each other.
We have the same, like, upbringing as far as, like, our generation.
Yeah.
We're both pretty empathetic.
Both, like, went to daycare. Both went to the same high school.
Yep. We have similar artists in common.
Mm-hmm.
Both love Fall Out Boy.
Yep.
Ariana Grande.
Mm-hmm. Similar podcast tastes.
Similar podcast has. Similar podcast has. Yeah, I forgot about that. Like, I knew you were starting to listen to podcasts. I was like, you have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. And you were liking the things I was telling you.
I only got into podcasts, I think, because all the YouTubers were doing it, and I was like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, why y'all move?
Yeah.
But it was also because, like, COVID too. Like, I feel like everyone switched to podcasts.
Yeah, podcasts. Actually, the podcast, like, world is very oversaturated right now because anybody can do it.
I know. I almost, like, not discourages me necessarily, because, like, it's all about whether you're going to put in the work or not. Like, many podcasts start and never pick it up
whether
again.
you're going to be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we have been. I think we will be.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Is that it?
I think so.
Your turn.
What's one thing I don't know about you?
Damn, I passed that card because I didn't know anything. One thing you don't know about me.
One thing
Damn, that's going to be hard.
Maybe it's something you just haven't told me yet. I got something.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe give me an idea.
I took a pregnancy test.
Are we putting this on the podcast?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
It was negative, but I was kind of like...
We had to leave us on a cliffhanger there.
I was low-key sad. Like, I like looked at it for like 5 whole minutes. I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Because, like...
That's normal, though, because it's like, when your period's late, you start thinking in your head, you start making up a life.
Yeah. Like, I knew exactly how I was going to tell my parents. I knew how I was going to tell Jose. Like, I had it all in my... It was like this lifetime that
and it wasn't
already
even like
played.
You were trying. Like, let's clarify that. You weren't trying.
No, God, no.
But if it were to happen, okay.
Yeah, like, I'm in a happy relationship. We're stable. Like, it would have been fine. But I was kind of sad. And I
didn't expect to be sad.
I was surprised that I was sad. Like, I literally just, like, sat there and like, oh, wow. Like,
it's like that, the scene in Friends when Rachel takes the pregnancy test.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. It's a negative. Oh no! What is she?
She starts crying. She's like, "Oh, I didn't think I would be upset about that."
I'm like, "Well, good, because
it's positive."
Yeah, and
it's just like, that was a tricky game.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. Exactly, like I thought about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I don't know. And then I started thinking, like, well, what if I can't have kids?
And just sent you into a spiral.
Yeah. So.
But we know that your period's late because you're stressed out.
Yeah, something.
That's the gist of it.
I'm not pregnant, but I didn't miss my period. My period missed me. Okay.
Like the bus.
Yeah.
Just drove by and was like, bye.
Drove right past, which is fine.
We're not stopping here today.
I ain't complaining, but
yeah.
Okay. That's one thing I don't know about you.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you were
the next question.
Like maybe something you haven't told me yet.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I tell you everything.
Well,
I text you all day long telling you things. Hold on, just give me a second. I'll think of something.
I literally just dropped a big bomb on you.
I know, it was pretty big. Now I have to match that. I don't know if I can. I'll have that exciting in my life.
No, you don't have to match it. I just need to know because I'm about to start a medication for my finger, if you remember. And it's like the first warning was this drug has been known to cause heart failure.
Oh.
And I was like, well, fuck. And then it just kept getting worse. And it was like, make sure you are not pregnant if you are on this drug. So I was like, well,
might as well take a look.
Let me take a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
I told my mom about it. It was funny.
Was she excited?
I was like, Mom, I took a pregnancy test. She's like, and I was like, and it's negative. And she's like, okay.
Could you imagine if you and your sister were pregnant at the same time? That'd be crazy. Wow. Your mom would be hands full.
Yeah. She'd love it though.
Anything.
Kelsey.
I'm trying to think of something like past.
Something you and Travis like talked about, did. I don't know. Wow. Something about your childhood that I may not know. I'm about to like verbally laugh.
Oh my god.
Keep that in, I guess.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
We might have to circle back. I literally tell you everything. Like, I text you all day long telling you everything.
Who is your third grade teacher?
I can't remember.
Oh my god. Okay, next question. Just go.
I'll come back to it if I can think of something. What are you most grateful for in life?
What am I most grateful for in life? Mm-hmm. My mom.
It doesn't have to be one thing. You can just say a bunch of things.
My dad.
My mom. My dad.
What am I most grateful for? Mm-hmm. I am grateful because not majority, but I'd say like a really good chunk of my family is really close by. Like we're all within a good distance, mm-hmm. and we're all very close. Like I have like a tight knit family unit, and I'm really grateful for that because, you know, they're just there for each other, mm-hmm. and it's always a good time. When my cousins came from Texas, and we did like our usual like karaoke, dancing, I was so happy for them that they got to experience something that they don't get to experience with us, but I'm happy that night turned into that. Yeah. And it's not like we have an itinerary, like, okay, 9:00 karaoke, 10:00 dancing. It just flows. My family just does. And so when they were here and they were experiencing that with us, like, I just felt very grateful in that moment. So I'm like, yes, they get to see us for who we are, and just, it was awesome.
I just thought of something that you might not know, and then I remembered you already do know it. So I'll go to my answer now.
Okay.
What am I most grateful for? I'm grateful that I have a husband, a partner that loves me unconditionally, because I know that not everybody's lucky enough to have that. And I have a perfect, healthy son that not everybody's lucky enough to have that. And that like those two like pillars in my life are not the source of stress or depression or sadness. And I feel like I'm just super grateful that I have like those two strong pillars in my life that I can always count on, like my husband like truly loving me unconditionally, and having a perfect healthy son is Oh, the thing that I thought of that I thought you didn't know, but you do know. I was going to say, did you know that me and Travis decided we're not having any more kids? And I already told you that. I told you and Jose that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Are you still on that? I mean, not like, are you still on that? Like, do you still believe that?
Yeah.
You guys still?
Yeah. I truly think that we were only meant to have one kid, and we got him, and he's perfect and he's healthy, and I don't know what I would do if I had another child that was not healthy or that was not
Yeah.
that
Like, you don't
had
wanna
struggles.
risk it.
Yeah, like I feel like we got lucky with this one. Like let's just be happy with this one. I don't feel the need to have more.
Really.
I don't feel like I need more. And Cash has cousins, and your sister has 2 children, and hopefully you'll be having children soon. And Stephanie has a kid. Like, there's plenty of other kids around him in his vicinity. I don't think he needs to necessarily have siblings. So, yeah. I guess we'll use that for my answer, even though you already knew that.
Okay. Good enough.
Yep.
My turn?
Yeah, it's yours.
What is something embarrassing you do when no one is home?
I skipped that one because I don't do anything embarrassing.
I do.
Go ahead.
I belt out singing.
I
record myself.
If I had to guess what it was, I would have said that.
I record videos on my phone of me singing.
Let's hear one.
Hell no. And like,
I'm gonna put it at the end of this episode. Just send it to me.
Like, I have some really good acoustics in my hallway, and like, man, I sound so good. And then I hit that record button, and it's like that one video where it's like, you know, whatever. You play it back, and it's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh man, this is terrible. But yeah, I sing and I record myself singing. Yeah, that's what I do. Sometimes I'll send it to my mom.
I'm rarely ever home by myself because if Travis leaves, I'm there with Cash. He rarely ever takes him with him somewhere unless it's like a visit to his mom's house. And if that happens, I will literally do this in this order. I will make me something to eat, watch whatever TV show I want to watch, and then I'll take the longest nap possible.
Nice.
Literally go lay in my bed and sleep until I get home. Because I just love taking naps.
They're good. I took a 2-hour nap yesterday.
Especially if they're gone.
Yeah.
You took a 2-hour nap yesterday?
Yeah, I love day naps. Like, when the sun's out.
You didn't work yesterday?
Oh, I did. It was as soon as I came home.
Okay.
Like, I came home and I was like, all right, Bolin, Mama's going Mimi's. If you need anything, you know where the food's at and you know where the water's at and you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I love middle of the day naps. Well, usually I'll nap when Cash naps.
Yeah. And then you do the dishes when he does the dishes. And you clean the house when he cleans the house.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
When he scrubs toilets, I scrub toilets. But yeah,
when you make dinner, he makes dinner.
Exactly. But not until he does. We ain't playing that game. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I like naps, so I'm taking a nap. Lately, he's not been taking his naps properly, so it's been a struggle. Okay. We could probably do this one. What is the most important trait in a friend? Why?
Okay, what is it?
The ability to validate feelings. I feel like that's the basis of any good friendship, because if you can't validate the other person's feelings, they're never going to feel satisfied in a conversation with you. They're never going to walk away from a conversation feeling heard.
What's the question again?
What is the most important trait in a friend and why?
Important trait in a friend.
You're acting like you don't understand the question.
I don't. I do and I don't. Like, I get it, but like, Yeah, I agree with validation. I think, yeah, I don't know. Sure.
Okay.
Validation. I was going to say, you got to like be funny. I don't know.
Like, be able to have like comedic relief.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
not
it can't,
so serious.
Yeah. Like, if
that makes sense.
I have to, because like it's like my form of communication is being funny.
Like, we could be talking about something serious, but there's going to be like comedic relief in between.
Right. And it has to,
and
like,
it can't be serious the entire time. Or,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can't like balance that with me, like, I'm like, you'll never be close to me, because if you can't,
Yeah, that makes sense. If you could work for any company in the world, who would you want to work for and why?
I heard Google's really good.
I was thinking Google too. For me, it would be any creative based company where I could like, where I would like love going to work every day and doing something different, doing something new, meeting cool people. That's what I would want to do. So if it's like Google or Netflix or
Netflix. Netflix. I used to want to be in marketing.
I could work for like Apple too, like bigger.
Oh yeah.
Not locally, but like bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good answer, mate.
Good answer.
Good answer. What are your friends' perceptions about having kids? They don't want them. My kids don't want kids.
Your kids don't want kids.
My friends don't want kids. My kids don't want friends.
My kids don't want friends.
My friends don't want kids.
I mean, I would say all of our friends but one.
I was gonna say
all of our friends but one.
Okay.
And maybe she does at some point, but just not now.
Not now. Yeah.
And you used to not really want them now, but
well, it's almost like I want what I can't have. Or like I'll be like someone telling me you can't have, and I'm like, wait, hold up a damn second. Maybe I do want them.
Yeah. What's the percentage?
4.
Okay. Countdown. Wait, did we both answer that? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What's your favorite memory of us together? I have one.
Go ahead.
We were teenagers. You were probably like 14, so I would have been about 16. And it was like our first time like sitting down and talking like in a deep conversation. We were on the porch swing. On your mom's porch swing.
Oh, I got one. I got mine. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that was pretty much it. Like, that was just our first time, like, actually sitting down and like having a deep conversation and connecting. I love
that porch swing.
Yeah. And I don't know where your sister was, but we were connecting for some reason.
Oh, one of my favorite memories.
Maybe she's doing chores or something.
Maybe. Is when you did a photo shoot of me in the backyard. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
It's up on the front yard too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have those photos. They're on my Facebook.
Don't go looking.
Yeah. It's named Angelica's photo shoot.
I said don't go looking.
I know, and I said it anyway. Your turn.
What's one thing you're saving up for?
I was saving up for the Fall Out Boy concert next weekend.
Next weekend?
It's like this coming weekend.
Oh shit! Here?
But I'm gonna miss it. Noblesville. But I'm gonna miss it. So I'm saving up for a really nice dress for Angelica's wedding. That's what I'll say.
Very nice.
Yes.
I'm saving up for my wedding. That's like
while also paying for it at the same time.
Also paying for it at the same time.
Every paycheck saved for the wedding.
Literally just goes like that.
Yeah. Okay. If you knew you were going to die tomorrow, what would you do on your last day?
Oh my God. If I knew I was going to die tomorrow, what would I do on my last day? I would make sure my life insurance was correct.
That's very responsible of you.
Yes. I would spend as much...
Spend.
I was going to say I would have a big party and just have everyone come over.
Ooh.
Yes.
I would say I would have a big party and have everybody bring all my favorite food.
Ooh.
And just like pick out all my favorite food.
Okay. Maybe that's how you die tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll die fat and happy.
I always think about that. Like if a fortune teller tells you something and now you're in the know, what if you yourself cause whatever to happen?
Right.
Because you know.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's trippy.
It's scary.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. If you'd like to see us play this game again, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, I think it was good conversation. We can do it again. There's plenty of cards to choose from. Mm-hmm. There's also another game I want to get called We're Not Really Strangers, which is more about like us connecting and like to each other, not just general questions. But yeah, let us know what you thought and let us know what you want to hear next. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing, commenting, interacting with our TikToks. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.